Hello, hello. Welcome to Tabata. Just going to share my screen here for a few minutes. Alrighty. So sharing my screen here for a few minutes. We've got 12 o'clock on the dot right now. I'll leave this up till 12:01 or 12:02. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining me today. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for joining me today. Just leaving the screen up for another minute or so. All right, 12:02. I'm going to go ahead and stop my share. Pin my screen here. All right. Welcome to Tabata. My name is Petey. I'm coming at you from BC Campus Recreation. Today's class is all body weight. What a Tabata is, one Tabata is 8 rounds, 30 seconds on, 20 seconds off. We are going to do 4 Tabatas today. We've got one Tabata that we're going to repeat 3 times through, and then we're going to finish with a core Tabata. It's going to be a lot of fun. Before we get started, I'm just going to post the Spotify playlist in the chat. There it is right there. All right, so just while you're pulling that up before we get started here, today is all body weight. Again, 30 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest for the Tabata. Our Tabata number 1 has 8 rounds. So 8 different exercises that we are going to do. We'll repeat that 3 times through before we move on to our core Tabata. So for the core Tabata, we'll only do it 1 time through, 8 exercises total to round out our total body workout today. All right, so if you are following along with the playlist with me, we're gonna go ahead and get that started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, and of course mine is starting with an ad, which is a lot of fun, but let's go ahead and find some space and get started warming up here. So we're gonna start with a floor stretch today, a pigeon stretch. So what I want you to do, take the right knee up close to the right hand, let the left leg extend all the way back, and then lean forward into this stretch. So we're working on releasing the hip flexors right here. Start to think about your breathing. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Warming up the body, warming up the mind. Let's go ahead and switch legs. So stepping back into a plank position, then you're going to take left knee to left hand, right leg extends back, relax forward over this. And again, breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Think about turning on the core, pulling the belly button into the spine. All right, from here, we're gonna put our hands down on the mat, step back into a plank position, and we're gonna reverse inchworm. So walk those hands toward the feet until you are standing. We're gonna do this a couple more times. Reach all the way up, walk the hands out into a plank position, walk the hands back in. Warming up the upper body here. Also, if you keep your legs nice and straight, you'll get a little bit of a stretch in the back of the legs as well. Let's do this one more time. Coming to that plank position, taking it back to standing. All right, once we reach the top here, let's go ahead and find a wide stance with our legs, go into a little torso twist. So I'm moving my ankles, moving my hips. Most of my movement is coming from my upper back here, the thoracic spine area. Awesome. Now we want to take the hands out wide, hinge from the hips, drop one hand down to the ground, come back to the top and switch. So we're hinging through the hips here, warming up the muscles in the back of the body, posterior chain, also a little bit of the core. Awesome, awesome. All right, hip flexors, warming up. Let's take the knee for the inside to the outside. Little open the gate here. You can take a couple steps in between each leg if you would like. Warming up the hip flexors, adding a little bit more movement. Let's go the opposite way now, taking the knee from the outside to the inside. Perfect. All right, moving on into some RDL. So warming up the balance a little bit more in the back of the legs as well. One leg plants on the ground. We keep the back nice and flat. Other leg extends back as far as the hamstring will let us, and then we switch. So you may feel a little bit wobbly here. That's okay. This is a balance challenge exercise. Think about spreading your toes out in your shoe and pulling your belly button into your spine. Keeping that back nice and flat. Let's do one more each side. Right here. And here. All right, facing the front again, let's go into some arm circles. Nice small circles going forward. Building some heat here in the shoulders, the rotator cuff. Maybe in between the shoulder blades, back of the body. Let's go medium circles now. Stay nice and light on the feet. Chest stays nice and proud. Think about that good posture that we want through all of our movements. And now full range of motion. So you can either go both hands at the same time or just one arm at a time if you need a little bit more mobility for each arm. Nice big circles, feeling the stretch through the collarbone, shoulder joint. Let's go backwards now. Nice big circles. You may feel that you can get more range one direction versus the other. I definitely have to go single arm for the backward circles to get a full stretch. And let's go medium circles going backwards here. So we're building that heat again in the upper body, shoulders. Keep staying nice and light on the feet. And nice small circles, nice and quick. Still going backwards. Making sure we are nice and warm. All right, give the arms a shake, give the legs a shake. Continue to stretch and stay nice and light and loose. I'm gonna show you our 8 exercises, which are gonna make up our first 3 Tabatas. Exercise number 1, we have a squat pulse to a squat jump. Looks like this, heels outside the hips. We're going to squat pulse and then jump. Squat pulse and jump. We want to keep the chest nice and proud. Sink the hips back and down for the squat pulse and squat jump. If you're doing no impact, squat pulse and then stand. Pulse and stand. Taking the knees out wide over the toes. All right, next up, we're going to come to a tabletop position. We have an alternating fire hydrant here. So what's going to happen is we're going to take one knee out wide, back in, and then the other one. So we're trying to keep shoulders and hips square to the ground. This is a great exercise for the abductors on the side of the leg. So alternating fire hydrant. Exercise number 3 is called a rear foot elevated split squat. Looks like this. You're going to elevate one of your feet on your chair, on your couch, whatever you've got near you. We're going to keep our chest nice and proud and sink into our front leg here. Goal is to get front knee to 90 degrees. We're going to do the right side for round number 3 and then the left side for round number 4. Exercise number 5, we've got a tempo tricep push-up. So to set up for the tricep push-up, hands right underneath the shoulders. We want to keep the elbows in nice and close to the body. Now, when I say tempo, I mean we're going to go down slow and up quick. So knees, toes, or knees under hips. We're going to go 3, 2, 1, and up. 3, 2, 1, and up. So nice and slow on the way down there so we can really build strength. I'll count you out in that round. Exercise number 6, we've got a little Ali shuffle. So hands up like Muhammad Ali in our boxer position. We're going to start with one foot forward and we're switching here. So keeping the hands up, switching. Now, if you're not doing impact, you're just going to step back and step back in. So a little tap back, tap in, or the Ali shuffle. Whatever feels most comfortable for you, keep listening to your body. Exercise number 7, we've got what's called a tabletop reach through. What we're gonna do, in a tabletop position, hovering the knees. Now, if you need to stay here, that's okay. If you feel comfortable, we're gonna open up to each side, kind of kick our leg through here. So we're rotating through the core, building arm strength, and working the quads as well. Again, option, hold the tabletop with the hovering knee. All right, and then exercise number 8, we've got shoulder taps. So you can go on your knees or your toes here. We are tapping hand to opposite shoulder, trying to keep our hips and shoulders square to the ground. All right, that's Tabata number 1. Like I said, we're gonna do that 3 times through. So I'm gonna set your timer up. We're gonna get started with this first Tabata. 30 seconds on, 20 seconds off. In 10 seconds, we're starting with our squat pulse to squat jump. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Squat pulse to squat jump. So use the hands to kind of drive you up here. We want to roll from heels through the toes when we jump. Option here, just stand up in that squat. Squat pulse and stand. Keep the knees out wide over the toes. Keep the chest proud. 8 seconds to go. Nice work, nice work. Keep breathing. And time, 20 seconds to rest here. Next up, we have our alternating fire hydrant. So coming down into our tabletop position. So go ahead and tighten up that core. Pull the belly button to the spine. Find a good spot on the ground for your hands. All right, go for it. Take the knee out wide and back in, and then switch. We're working little tiny muscles on the outside of the leg. Your body's gonna wanna open up like so. Don't let it do that. Keep those hips and shoulders square to the ground. Targeting some really supportive muscles at the hips here. This is gonna help our functional movement as we go through our everyday activities. Stay with it. Time, 20 seconds to rest here. Next up, we have our rear foot elevated split squat. So find your chair, your couch, whatever you got. We're gonna start right foot in front, left foot elevated. Going in 3, 2, 1, let's do it. Chest stays proud. You can bring the hands in front to keep that chest nice and proud. We're driving through the front heel here. So I want you to make sure that the front knee doesn't go over the front toe. If it is, take a little jump forward. Nice work. You should feel it in the glute of this front leg here. Maybe a little bit in the quad of the back leg as well. Nice work, nice work. Time. Take that 20 seconds of rest. Next round, we're gonna do the other leg. So left leg will be down on the ground. Right leg will be elevated. We're going in 10 seconds. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go for it. Again, keeping that chest nice and proud. Go as fast or as slow as you need to here. It's a good strength building, stability building exercise. Awesome stuff. Do whatever you need to with your hands to keep your balance. Remember, listen to your body. If you need a break, take a break. Keep that knee tracking over the toe. Nice work, nice work. 3 seconds. Awesome, time, take that rest. Next up, we have our tempo tricep push-up. So big focus on strength and stability today. For the push-up, hands under shoulders, elbows nice and tight. Here's our knees under toes option here. Knees or toes are good too. Let's do it. 3, 2, 1, and up quick. 3, 2, 1, and big push. Knees under hips here. 3, 2, 1, up. 3, 2, 1, Keep rolling. 3, 2, 1, and up. Feeling the work in the back of the arms. 1, and up. 3, 2, 1, time. 20 seconds to rest here. Nice work. Should feel a little burn in the back of the arms here. All right, next up we have our Ali shuffle. So whether you are tapping or shuffling, either way, hands are coming up. One foot starts in front. Going in 3, 2, 1, go for it. Ali shuffle here. Shuffling the feet back and forth. Get in that boxer zone. Keep the elbows in, chin down, shoulders are proud. Side view right here, option right here. Tapping the foot back, bringing it back in. Low impact. Do you need it for the knees or for the neighbors below you? Nice work, nice work, nice work. Stay with it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. 20 seconds to rest. Next up, we're moving to our tabletop reach through. So remember, if you need to just stay in the tabletop with hovering knees, that's also a great exercise. We'll face this way this time. 5 seconds in that tabletop position. 3, 2, 1, lift the knees. And if you feel comfortable, kicking the leg through here. This could be a nice slow movement. We just want to extend that leg through to the other side, keeping the core engaged. Keep squeezing in between your shoulder blades. Keep breathing. Nice work, nice work. So the opposite hand and opposite foot are staying on the ground to provide that cross-body stability. Time. Take that rest. Last round of this Tabata, we were working on shoulder taps. Ooh, little sneaky cardio peak with the Ali shuffle there. All right, so for shoulder taps, again, knees, toes, or knees under hips here. Going in 3, 2, 1. Go for it. Taking opposite hand to opposite shoulder. Keep the hips low. We want to keep hips and shoulders nice and stable. Good work, good work. Keep breathing. Hands go right back underneath the shoulders. We are working on arm and core strength here. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. 3, 2, 1, time. All right, we are taking a 1.5-minute rest. A 1.5-minute rest here, and then we'll head back into Tabata number 2. So for Tabata number 2, we've got the same exercises. These are a little bit more strength focused for today's Tabata, so it's important that we do them multiple times so we get nice and comfortable in a rhythm and we do multiple sets of the same exercise. So make sure you're grabbing water, stay nice and light and loose, take a lap around the room that you're in, a little shake of the legs, shake of the arms. All right. So we got about 40 seconds to rest here. Then we're going to go back to our squat pulse to squat jump. All right, we've got 15 seconds. In 10 seconds, we're going to our squat pulse to squat jump. Chest stays nice and proud. 5, 4, heels outside the hips. 2, 1, let's go. Squat pulse, squat jump. Big takeoff off the ground there. Use the calves, they're a big jumping muscle. Roll from heel through the toe. Option here. Grab it if you need the low impact, if you need a second to breathe, or if it's just not with you today. 10 seconds. Awesome work, awesome work. Staying with it, taking those hips back and down. Using the arms. Time, take that 20-second rest. All right, alternating fire hydrants next. So in a tabletop position, again, we're taking our knee out and back in. If you feel like your leg can't get all the way out wide, that's okay. This is one of those exercises that gets better as you do it. Go for it. Take the knee out and then switching. So again, we want to make sure that our hips are staying square to the ground, even though we're extending our knee out laterally. Awesome work, awesome work. Whew, I'm feeling a tightness on the outside of the legs. That's good stuff, we know it's working. You might feel a little bit of a stretch on the inside of the thighs as well. Stay with it, stay with it. Time, 20 seconds to rest. Next up, rear foot elevated split squat. So remember, we're starting with the right leg. Right leg will be down. The left leg is going to be elevated on whatever you have. Bench, step, couch, whatever you got around you. Ready? Go for it. Dropping into that single leg squat. Keeping the chest nice and proud. Again, if you find that your knee is going over your toe, so it's passing your toe in the front, you got to take a little bit of a longer step. Keep that chest nice and proud. Drive through the front heel. Nice work, nice work. Woo, glute burn, hello. Keep breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Time, take that rest. Next round, next leg. So left leg on the ground. Make sure you take a wide enough stride here. Right leg is elevated. We go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go for it. Here we go. So driving through the front heel here. Chest stays proud. Squeezing in between the shoulder blades. Awesome work. You might feel stronger on one leg than the other. I feel a little bit stronger on my non-dominant leg, which is totally cool. Keep breathing, keep moving. You got this. Woo. Time. Take that rest. All right, next up we have our tempo tricep push-up. 3 seconds down, quick explosion back up. Remember, you can go knees, toes, or knees under hips for this move. Hands go under the shoulders so the elbows can stay close to the body. All right, let's do it. 3, 2, 1, and up. Squeeze those elbows in. 2, 1, up. 3, 2, 1, up. Knees under hips right here. 3, 2, 1, and up. 3, 2, 1, up. Keep working. 3, 2, 1, up. 3, 2, 1. Big drive. 3, 2, 1, and time. Take that rest. Next up, we have our Ali shuffle. Either jumping or tapping back. We want to make sure we've got our hands in the right position. Both options. We're up in a boxer stance like slow. Go for it. Ali shuffle here. Try to keep that chest nice and proud. Core is tight, whether you're jumping or tapping. Again, we've got our tapping option right here. Tap back and in. Back and in. Nice work, nice work. We got this, we got this. Staying with it, staying with it. Cardio peak late in this Tabata. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. Woo! Awesome work. Next up, our tabletop reach through, or just holding with the hovering knees. All right, so finding our tabletop position, knees under hips, hands under shoulders, toes on the ground. Go ahead and lift those knees, and then if you're comfortable, kicking through here. Now, you can work on just the foot, a little tiny kick, just to grow in some comfort here. Or again, you can stay hovering the knees like so. Still want to keep the belly button pulled into the spine, no matter what option you choose. Nice work, nice work. Squeeze between the shoulder blades. Keep breathing. Time. Take that rest. Next up, we have shoulder taps. Almost through Tabata number 2. We're halfway through class. Well, after the next round. Wasn't a total lie. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Plank position, shoulder taps. Opposite hand to opposite shoulder. The slower you take this move, the more you have to work. Squeeze that belly button into the spine. Squeeze in between the shoulder blades. The only thing that should be moving is your hand. Nice work, nice work. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Staying with it here. Time. Minute and a half to rest. All right. Resetting our timer here. So we've got that same Tabata one more time. Should be feeling super comfortable with the exercises, but you also might be feeling some fatigue at this point. So it's okay to take it a little slower if you have to. If you're not feeling that fatigue and you're ready to go, kick up the pace a little bit. Stay nice and light and loose on the rest. Grabbing a stretch if anything feels particularly tight. Grabbing some water if you need it. We got about 45 seconds to go in our rest. Then we're going to hit that same Tabata just one more time. 40 more seconds. So big breath, breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. We want that heart rate to calm down just a little bit. All right, we've got 15 seconds until the last time through this Tabata. In 10 seconds, we are starting with our squat pulse to squat jump or just a regular squat at the top. However you feel today. 2, 1, let's roll. Last time through, squat pulse, squat jump. Use those arms to give you some momentum. Even if you're just standing up in your squat, you can still use the arms to power you to the top. Nice work, nice work. Stay nice and low on the pulse. Keep the chest up. Awesome stuff. Knees are going out wide over the toes. There we go, there we go. Good work, good work. 3, 2, 1. Time. Take that rest. Next up, alternating fire hydrant. You might have felt the outside of your legs activate with the squat. That's good, that's what we want. So coming into the tabletop position, again, we're gonna go out wide, both legs. Well, alternate, both at the same time would be hard. Go for it. One knee out, back in, and then hit the other leg. Try not to rock as you switch legs. Stay nice and stable. Feel that glute activation. We're in our third set now. Optimal for muscular endurance building. Staying with it, staying with it. Keep breathing, keep working. Squeeze in between the shoulder blades. Time, take that rest. Next up, we have our rear foot elevated split squat. So again, we're starting on the right side. Right leg will be forward. Make sure you take a long enough stride. Elevate that left leg. Option here, if the elevation is starting to bother you, just take it into a lunge. All right, we're on the clock, going for it. Right leg first, whether you're doing the lunge or the split squat. The advantage to this one is it gets a little bit deeper into the back of the front leg here. Chest stays nice and proud, we got this. Last time we're gonna do this, I know we're starting to feel some fatigue in the legs. I'm starting to feel a burn creep in. Stay with it. Time, 20 seconds to rest here, then we're gonna hit the other leg. So left leg in front, right leg is elevated. Or left leg in front for the lunge. 5 seconds, elevate that leg. 3, 2, 1, chest stays proud. Go for it. Again, last time we gotta do this. Embrace that burn, embrace that fatigue. Hands in front or out wide for balance, up to you. Check out that front knee, make sure it's not going over the toe. We want it to track along the toe, but we don't want it to go past it. Woo, glutes, hello. Time, take that rest. Next up, our tempo tricep push-up. Last time we're gonna do this. Keeping the hands in nice and tight. Knees, toes, or knees under hips for this exercise. Going in 2, 1, go for it. 3, 2, 1, up. 3, 2, 1, up. 3, 2, 1, up. Stay nice and explosive all the way back up. Woo! Last round, we got this. 3, 2, 1, and up. 3, 2, 1, up. We got this, we got this. Stay with it. 3, 2, 1, and up. 3, 2, 1, and time. Awesome work. Done with the tricep push-ups. Very nice. Next up, we have our Ali shuffle. Last big cardio move of the Tabata. So shuffling back and forth or tapping back and tapping in. Either way, hands in a boxer position. Ready? Go. Keep that chest up nice and proud. Nice work, nice work. Keep moving those feet. Nice fast feet here. Make it Ali proud. That's what we like to see. Keep breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. You got this, you got this. Remember your option if you need it. Tap back, tap in. Good work, good work. 6 seconds to go. Almost there. 3, 2, 1. Time. 20 seconds to rest. Awesome work. Next up, tabletop reach through. Or just hovering the knees. Up to you. We're working all kinds of things with this move. Arm, core, legs. All the things. In a tabletop position, lift the knees and go for it. Open it up as fast or as slow as you need to go. Remember, options here, you can do a little tiny pivot with the legs, or you can just hold that knee hover, like so. Either way you roll, you are working all of our target muscles. Arms, core, legs. Great stuff, great stuff. Stay with it. Time. All right, Tabata team, we've reached our last exercise of our big Tabata here. So we got shoulder taps, opposite hand to opposite shoulder. In a plank position, knees, toes, or knees under hips. Ready, set, go. Squeeze in between the shoulder blades. On the lower back extensors. Keep that back and the hips nice and stable. Remember, slower equals harder here. Your core has to work more to stabilize you. Keep breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Awesome work, awesome work. And time. Great stuff, Tabata team. We got 1.5 minutes to rest here, and then we're gonna move on to core. So you've got 8 exercises. We're doing each one just one time. All right, so first exercise, we've got V-ups. Everything starts down, everything comes up to meet in the middle. Now, option here, you can just take it to the knees. But for the full V-up, everything up, everything back down. Exercise number 2, we're gonna get into a hover, which is a plank on our elbows. And from here, we're going to keep the hips nice and still and lift and lower the knees. Lift and lowering the knees here. So we're developing some lower core strength with that move. Exercise number 3 is called a psoas march. We're gonna work on the hip flexors. Laying on your back, palms into the ground, feet up, knees above the hips. We're gonna take one leg out at a time and bring it back in. We're working on little tiny hip flexor muscles in your psoas. Very, very important. Exercise number 5, we've got an ab walkout. Very similar to the ab rollers you would see in the gym. You're gonna start with your hips or your knees under your hips. You're gonna walk the arms out as far as your core can keep you up, and then you're gonna walk those hands back in. So we're extending out, allowing the core to support us here, and then taking the hands back in here. So we're working our core in an extended position. We're also working our serratus anterior muscles, which keep the shoulder blades down. All right, next up, we'll have leg lifts. Laying on your back again. Hands under the lower back if you need support. We're going to keep the legs straight and lift them all the way up and all the way back down. All right. Next exercise, we've got the bird dog. In a bird dog, you're in a tabletop position. You're going to take opposite arm and opposite leg, extend out, touch together, extend back out and down. Then you'll switch. Out, together, out, and down. That is our bird dog. Second to last exercise for core, we get the waterfall toe touch. Lay on our back, toes at the ceiling. We're going to alternate which hand reaches up to bring the shoulder blades off the mat and focus on our upper core. And then our last exercise, we're gonna hold a reverse plank. We're gonna hit a little bit of shoulder mobility. Fingers pointed towards the glutes. We're taking our body up into one flat line right here and holding. Okay, a little bit extra rest. We should be ready to go. Let's knock out our core Tabata. Coming down to your mat, to the floor, whatever you've got around you. In 10 seconds, we're starting with V-ups. If I press start. All right, 8 seconds. Everything's gonna come up and meet in the middle. Go for it. Everything comes up and goes back down. V-ups here. Remember, we're only doing each exercise one time. One round, 1 30-second set. Option here, take it to the knees. Nice work, nice work. 8 seconds to go. Awesome work. 2, 1, time. 20 seconds to rest. Next up, we have our hover knee touch. So for the hover, elbows on the ground instead of the hands. We're gonna start with a knee position, put our toes into the ground, and we'll lift our knees to join the rest of our body. 3, 2, 1, go for it. Lift the knees and then lower. So I want you to think about stability in the rest of the body. The rest of your body should stay nice and stable. The only thing that moves is your knees. So you're transferring the weight from knees to toes. Joining it in a full hover and then coming back down. 8 seconds to go. Nice work, nice work. Woo! 2, 1, time. 20 seconds of rest here. Next up, we have our psoas march. So rolling back over to your back. Remember, we're working a little hip flexor muscle with this one. In 8 seconds, we're gonna go. Keeping the knees above the hips. 3, 2, 1, go for it. Extend one leg out, bring it back in, and then switch. This exercise is very aligned with our goal for today, which is to build strength in all our supportive muscle groups. Tabata can be all the things. It can be cardio, it can be strength, it can be prehab, it can be rehab, if directed by a doctor. Almost there. Time. 20 seconds of rest here. Next up, we have our ab lockouts. So knees under the hips. We're going to walk our hands as far out as the core can handle it and then bring it back in. We don't want to get to a point where our lower back hurts, so stop before that. Ready? Go. Walking the hands out as extended as you can get without lower back pain, and then walking the hands back in. Make sure you're squeezing your belly button into your spine as you do this. Keep breathing. Awesome work, awesome work. We're working that little muscle under the armpit as well. Really, really good for postural support. 3 seconds, give me one more. And time, walking the hands back in. All right, next exercise, we've got our leg lifts. So flip it back over onto your back. We're kind of alternating between core exercises on the back and on the front. 5 seconds. If you need some more lower back support, hands under the lower back. Legs extended out. Let's go. Taking the legs all the way up, all the way back down. Try not to touch the floor in between reps, but if you have to, that's okay. There we go. There we go. If you've got your hands under your lower back, try and create some pressure on them. Engage the core. Connect it to the ground. Keep breathing. In through the nose, out through the mouth. And time. Great work. 20 seconds to rest here. Flipping it back over for a bird dog. Now, the bird dog is very important, especially if you've got some lower back problems like me. It's really good for stabilizing the transverse abdominals. So you're going to protect your lower back. So coming into a tabletop, let's do it. Take an opposite arm, opposite leg out. Touch in the middle. Extend back out. Take it down. Switch sides. Out. Touch. Out. And down. So we're going to make sure that we're staying nice and stable in the core here. Keeping shoulders and hips squared to the ground. Awesome work, awesome work. Keep breathing. Work at a nice steady pace here. And time. Taking that rest. We're in our last two exercises. Next up, waterfall toe touch. Laying on your back, we're gonna take our feet up to the ceiling and alternate the reaching hand. So whenever you're ready, take those feet up as straight as you can get them. Go for it. So we're alternating which hand reaches up. With each crunch, I want you to take your shoulder blades off the back. Focusing on the upper core here. Keep breathing. We're almost there, team. 13 seconds to go. Awesome job, awesome job. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. Whew. Now, our last exercise, the reverse plank hold. So remember, fingertips are going to be pointed towards the hips. You can go on your knees like so, or you can extend the legs all the way out. Up to you. 3, 2, 1, up and hold. You can let the head fall back. It's going to keep your body in line. Squeeze. We're squeezing glutes here. We're squeezing the core. We're driving energy down through our hands, squeezing between our shoulder blades, opening up our chest towards the ceiling. Stay with it. This is a difficult move. You got this. 8 seconds to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. Whoo! Lay it all the way down on your mat, on the floor, whatever you got going on, taking the arms out wide. Take this moment to feel all of the work that you just did in your body. You might be feeling some fatigue in some different places, which is great. We're going to go into a little spinal twist here. So taking one leg over the side. You may have just felt your back release like mine just did. Just releasing the spine, releasing the outside of the leg here as well. Rolling it over to the other side, taking the opposite spinal twist. You can look in the opposite direction that your leg is going. It's going to help to enhance that twist. All right, coming back flat on your back, we're going to do a little bit of a glute and hamstring stretch. So pull that knee up to the chest, holding into the chest. Maybe roll that ankle out while you're here. Awesome, awesome work. Switching legs. Heart rate may not be as high as it is usually in a Tabata. We did a little bit more strength than cardio today. But you still got some little heart rate spikes in there, I promise. All right, we're gonna roll over. Because we worked on the hip flexors today, we're gonna do a hip flexor stretch. This is called frog stretch. So I want you to take your knees out by your hips. Make sure that your heels are in line with your knees. Come down to the forearms. And I just want you to very gently push your hips towards your heels until you feel that stretch activate. So it's okay for it to feel a little bit uncomfortable, but we don't want any pain. If you've got any pain, shift forward. Holding here for a few more seconds. All right, coming up to a standing position to finish cool down and stretch. One leg crosses in front of the other. Reach over the side of the body. Woo, feel the stretch in the lat, the oblique, the side of the leg. My legs are a little shaky. That's good stuff. Taking it to the other side here. So crossing the other leg in front. Arm goes over the side. And then we did some good work, strength work on the triceps today. So take one elbow up over the head. Use the other arm to help it out. And switch sides. All right, giving it one final shakeout, arms, legs, a head circled both directions. Thank you so much for joining me for Tabata today. Really appreciate you being here and hope you enjoyed class. Again, my name is Petey. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, suggestions, anything like that, shoot me an email at petersrx@bc.edu. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a great rest of your day.